Jeff LaValley is a laid-back, casual, jean-wearing, music-loving guy. Well, actually, this year marks 50 years in playing keyboards, and there was a prophet named Bishop Milton Perry who, right after I started playing, at the age of 5, I was already playing for my church, and he prophesied over me that this is what I'd be doing for the rest of my life, and that I would become a musician that would reach out to the world and be playing for all types of artists. Well, actually, this year marks 50 years in playing keyboards, and the piano was originally purchased for my older sister, and my dad said that his son would never play the piano. And unfortunately, my dad died August 3rd, 1958, and on September 23rd, 1958, I started playing the piano. My sister was practicing her piano lessons, and my mother said the song kept going over and over and over and over, and she got sick of it, and she decided to go out and tell my sister, okay, enough is enough. And when she went in, it was me playing the piano. I was in church all the time. As a matter of fact, at the age of 9, I had a key to the church, and we would go to church every day. We had no car. We were in church, looks like 6-7 days a week. You know, if we had a fish fry, we were there frying the fish. If we were doing sweet potato pies, we were whipping up the batter. So it was difficult being a musician then. But I've never stopped. And of course, like everybody else, I said I'd never go back to church. One of my lifelong dreams, even from a kid, had been to play for Aretha Franklin. And we weren't allowed to listen to secular music, you know, so we would sneak over my aunt's house next door. She had everybody during the time, the Isley Brothers, Twist and Shout and all of that. And as soon as my mom come in the door, all of that would disappear. All the music would just die. One of the first major artists that I ever worked with was the Wisconsin Community Choir. They were on Creed Nashborough Records, and that was the first album I ever did in 1967. I was 14 years old. I've been on or participated on at least 210 projects. Sarah Jordan Powell, Bernard Johnson, Georgia Mass Choir, Florida Mass Choir, Wilmington Chester Mass Choir, Charles Foles Singers, Jackson Southern Airs, Mississippi Mass Choir, Keith Pringle, Full Gospel Baptist Church Fellowship Choir, of course my own choir, New Jerusalem. Wow, and the list goes on and on. My first one was From My Heart, and did that right after I had my first stroke. And the second one was Round 2. From My Heart was more of an instrumental project, where Round 2 was something where I felt I had something to say. So I had some lyrics and some vocalists featured around the city. We've been together, so no more. It gives me a chance to do to other folk what they've been doing to me for years. I get a chance to find out what makes people tick. And a lot of people do what they do for various reasons. Some do it for fame or for fortune. But when you're talking about the gospel idiom, unless you're really with a powerful company, there's not that much fame or fortune involved. So I want to find out what makes other people tick. What motivates you to do what you do? And I think this is going to be a great experience, getting the opportunity to talk with gospel people, not only here in Flint, but across the country.